On to do my testimony way earlier today because you all saw what yesterday looked like. I have been like so hit with jet lag from this time change from Italy. Like it's no stinking joke. And yeah, it's hit me recently. And I hate it. Like not that it bothers me how I look on camera, like, cause I could care less. You guys should know this by now. But I feel like it's just not doing God justice. Like his testimonies of things he's done are so incredible. And I want to like be the excitement that he is. Like, it's so cool what he does. And yeah, at night, I don't have it in me. So anyways, I thought today I would do a testimony on, what I thought, since I'm going to be 40 in 2 days, the 19th, so Friday. So I thought I'd do one on what I thought my 30s would be, and then what God actually did in my 30s, which is so cool. So I sat for a little bit in prayer of just marveling at it before making this video, because I didn't want to like miss anything or like leave anything out, because like it's so good. It's so good. So here's what I have. Okay. So I thought my 30s, I thought I would be done having kids. Okay. I know you might be laughing because 30 is like so young, but I really thought that because I was having yearly kids, you know, every single year, that God must have been doing it that way, because it was really, really hard, very tiring, very taxing, labor. Like everyone's like, oh, you forget the labor pains. I don't. Like even people telling me they're in labor, I literally can like feel it still in my gut, because I did this every single year. So I had no time to forget. So I remember all the pain and all the sweat and all the tears that go into pregnancy and delivery. And so I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, God must be having me go through all this so that way 30s, I don't have to do any of it. I can just like, you know, heal my body and be done. And I remember my 30th birthday, I was pregnant and with our number 7. And I'm like, that's perfect. Like that's God's perfect number, 7, right? That's a biblical number. It's a great number for completion. Like, yes, 7 is my number. That's what he wanted to give me. So I'll be done having kids. We just bought that house that I told you about when he gifted us Everest, that mountain of a house, a 13,000 square foot house. It was insane. That's going to be our forever home. We're never going to move because it has tons of land. It has this pond. It has everything I could ever ask for. This huge homeschool room, because I'm homeschooling forever. I'm never going away from my kids. They're going to just be in my little house, and we're going to have our little homestead. Going to plant a garden, maybe get some animals, because we don't really travel. We don't really have money to travel. So that was kind of what my thought for my 30s was garden, living there forever. Verut at this time, and my husband's company, Verut, he started that when I was pregnant with our second kid. And it was finally starting to like bring an income, because it was a huge, I mean, that's a testimony. I really want him to do it. I've told him, I'm like, I want to do this testimony with you for my page, because it's such a cool testimony of Verut and that big yes that it was for us. But he's going to tell it way better than me. So I want to do it together. But he launched this company. He invented this company for the shipping industry, invented a product, and we poured all our money into it. And it was continually something we were pouring money in. So when I was turning 30, it was just where we weren't putting money in, and we were like slowly getting a little bit back. So it wasn't a ton, but it was like, okay, like now the engine's moving forward, you know, without us, you know, it's chugging along. So that was huge. So I'm like, man, like maybe we'll be like in my 30s, we'll be able to finally take vacations, because we couldn't take vacations for the longest time because of companies. So like, we'll get some livestock. We'll take like a week vacation every year, like the average American can, that we haven't been doing. Like, I'd love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to host parties, like again, because we kind of went, I love parties. I love hosting. I love having people over. But we kind of had to have them here and there because we couldn't afford to feed people. Like that's all there was to it. It just wasn't in the budget. And I'm like, I'm not going to throw something and not feed people, you know? So I knew like, okay, 30s, I'm going to be able to throw a whole bunch of parties, and host people again. My dreams, I remember some of my like hopes and prayers and dreams at that time was to get a church family home. Because I knew scripturally it talks about the importance of having a church and being part of a church and having membership at a church. And That's something I really wanted. Me and my husband really weren't on the same page with that, but it didn't really matter because we didn't really find a good church home when we were in Medina. So, to where even trying to talk him into a membership would be like pointless because we couldn't find a good church home. And then a strong group of girlfriends. I remember praying so many times, so many years, decades of me praying, asking the Lord to bring me strong Christian friends, strong girlfriends. I've never had that growing up. I am just not girls' flavor. I did not have any girlfriends when I grew up. I had only guy friends. Girls did not like me at all. They did not like me, and they were often very, very mean to me. And so I craved having that. My sister had close friends, and Andrew's sister, when I met them, when I was dating, they had these close friends, and I just envied it so much. I wanted strong girlfriends. There's so much beauty in it, and it's old school, right? The moms of the neighborhood all get together. That's so old school, and I really wanted some super strong, close girlfriends to do life with. So that was something I was always praying for. Total far future dream of having a vacation home somewhere. That's always been my dream, is having that. So but I was thinking more 50s, 60s that I'd be able to afford that. And then also in my 30s, this is kind of cool because I do that all the time. So it's kind of cool to look back and see where that's gotten to. But I started doing the Word of the Year, and I remember my 30th birthday happening. Lucy was born, and actually it was her, right when she was born, I was doing this devotional in bed with her and the 2 weeks of bed rest, and doing this devotional that talked about having a word a year and praying and seeking the Lord on a word. And I remember thinking, I think it's this word, I think it's love, but I'm not sure. How do you hear? How do you know? It keeps kind of standing out, so I think that's it. And I thought that's all that was available to me as far as God speaking and directing. It was kind of just a hunch, or you felt nudged to do that, and so that was the start of my Word of the Year, where now I know, so what he did do in my 30s for that specifically is now he speaks, and I hear him loud, I hear him. And I think it's just crazy and amazing. And I wish I would have known it sooner. But and he picks the word every single year, and I've done it every single year since my 30s. So I've been doing it a decade now, and man, every single word, it just becomes part of you. I don't know how to explain it. It just becomes part of you. It's amazing. What else happened in my 30s when it was God's plan, not my plan? I ended up having 4 more kids. I wasn't done. I was not done. He had 4 more planned for us. A huge new learning for myself of surrender, because I did not want to have any more. So we were doing everything we could to prevent. And he decided that he was going to pull the God card and get me pregnant anyways. And so we had our 8th baby. And then after that, I was I'm not ever preventing again, because I hate that I wasn't willing to receive what God had planned, because human life is such a gift, and I should be looking at it as such a gift, not saying I'm done, and tapped out, and I won't receive that blessing anymore. And so he had to reframe my mind in that. That was a really hard surrender for another day to share. And like I said, I thought we were going to be homeschooling forever, but we ended up, shared with you guys that testimony of, we ended up going to a school, then we ended up homeschooling again, then going back into a school, and then launching a school, because now we're at a school that is my dream school. My dream school. If I could create a school with all I know, when I was homeschooling, I researched tons and tons and tons on classical education and the different forms of education and different ways to teach kids with dyslexia or ADHD, because I have some educationally gifted children, and I have some with educational challenges, so it's really hard for them. And so tons of research to help my own kids, and then seeing a whole lot of different school systems, because we were in a couple different, 3 or 4 different schools, for me to see how they work. So I'm okay, how I know kids work with all the different kids I have, and all the different ages and all the different personalities, and what I've learned from all these different schools, this is how I would make a school. And thankfully we met the Daddises, who were launching a school that is exactly what we want. So now we get to be part of this awesome school together. We also, I thought we were going to stay, like I said, in Foskett But here we are at my grandma's. I never ever thought I would own my grandma's. I thought for sure when she passed away, one of my aunts or uncles or cousins would buy the house. I was not expecting it to be us, but no one wanted it. And so we're like, well, I don't want like to never be in that house again. So, and I want to keep it in the family. So, you know, we put in our God number after praying about it, put in our God number, and, you know, here we are. So in my grandma's house, not what I was expecting. No garden, no homestead, no animals, because God ended up having us travel all over the place. And I was not expecting it, but I've always loved travel. Like it's been I've always loved to travel. I've always wanted to travel a bunch. Like I'm a go person. So like that to me is way better, trading that in to like not have any of that, but being able to like live in New Orleans. Like how cool is that to like live in a city with your kids, not because you were uprooted and you have to, but because you chose to. Like my husband's like, anywhere you can live, anywhere you want, where can I leave you? Because I'm gonna have to go back and forth to work when we were renovating our house, my grandmother's house. And I'm like, New Orleans. Yeah, leave me there. I love New Orleans. My grandma was born and raised in New Orleans. I've spent many summers down there. Still have cousins down there that we talk to a lot. So I was like, leave me in New Orleans. Like that would be so cool to like teach them this trolley system and all these things of this city life. And it was so cool because like, it was great. It was great. I don't want to get off track, but living in New Orleans, living in Arizona, like I said, now having this vacation home in Charleston, which is super cool and such a blessing. Like I didn't think that was achievable this soon. And then God gave it to us while we were still young and having kids. Like I had Johnny was a baby, like literally 2 weeks old when we went down there, and finally had the keys to be able to move in, which is super cool. What else? Members to a church. We found our church family and became members, which was huge. Huge growth for my husband too, because he planned on never ever becoming a member to any church ever. He has his own church burns, and so that was kind of a hard shell, but God's kind of broke that down for him, which is so cool. Strong girlfriend group. Like I now have this awesome pack of women who I know are prayer warriors who will like storm the gates of heaven for me, you know, who like have my back. And it's like, you know, like when you pray for something for so long and you finally get it, it is like, it just hits different. It's like, you just understand the value of it because you wanted it so bad and you finally got it, you know, like, so got my girlfriends. That's awesome. Started, Bible in a year and have fallen so in love with scripture. So in love with my Bible time. Like I will not miss it. It is a non-negotiable in my day. It goes before everything and anything else. Wrote a book, was never expecting to do that, but wrote a book, threw the biggest party ever for God at the Reclaim concert. Like that was so epic that he let me be part of it. And to someone who loves parties, it's like, I got to throw like the most massive party I have ever thrown in my whole life. And it's so cool. So that was another one. And then just being able to be God's financial hand to people. Like we for so long were starving financially, and it was so hard because I have such a giving heart. Like I would rather live in a cardboard box behind Walmart. I tell my husband that all the time. Like I'll live behind a cardboard box in Walmart. Like I don't need stuff. Like, I mean, it's all great. Like I'm happy to have nice things, but I don't need any of it. Like it's not something, I'm not a tangible product person. I don't care. I was like, I'd rather live behind Walmart in a cardboard box than to not be able to help other people and to give. Like when I see someone in need, I just want to like literally give everything I have. Like you can have my clothes, you can have my shoes, you want it, like take it. Like that's just my personality. And so like that's always been my heart, but we couldn't afford like anything. Like he's like, Anna, you give things, but like we are the ones who need people to give to us. Stop giving because we need it. I'm like, I know. Like, but I didn't need that. I didn't need that thing. Like it's fine. And so now being on the flip side of that, when my husband's now launched like 5 other companies, I did not have that in my mind of what my 30s would be of him launching anymore, but he's bought companies, launched companies. He's currently launching another one, and I did not realize that was going to be in the cards, but financially being able to give people that help and be able to like stand in the gap for people is like my absolute favorite thing. Like I love that. I love when I'm on my prayer walk and God's like, hey, this thing, I want you to give. Like, I want you to give to this. I'm just like, yes, I'm so excited, you know? So it's like everything I I literally could not have even written this for myself, guys. Like what I had in my mind of homeschooling, this being my forever home, 7 kids, and this just being it. Like my dream is to like have yearly vacations, and now we travel probably at least 4 times, if not more, a year. Like definitely way more than that. I think we traveled like 7 times last year. As the kids have a weekend break, we head down to the South Carolina house. Gabe was off a few days and we're like, let's go down and see your college, and we flew out to Arizona. Like just the freedom we've had of being able to travel and move, and like it literally, like all of this is 1,000 times bigger and better than I ever could have thought and planned for myself. And that's God for you. Like that is God. When he makes you and knits you, there is no way you can reach your full potential without him, without surrendering to him. Like there's no way. He purposely writes a story for you that is unachievable without him, so you cling to him. Like I could not have had 4 more kids, believe me. I was at my mental end, which is why I tried to take it into my own hands. And he's like, you're forgetting you're doing this with me. So surrender that and know you're doing it with me, and watch me work. Just trust me. Hand over the wheel. Give it up. Know that I know all the things you want. I know you want to travel. I know that's in your heart. I know you love to give. I know you love to throw parties and to be with people and to connect people. I know you love that. Trust me that I have it. Stop trying to think of how you will ever be able to accomplish that. And let me tell you, it will be 10 times better than you could have ever imagined. And it is. It is. Like, oh my gosh, thank goodness he has written my 30s. And I would say my 30s was probably the decade where I like learned deep surrender, where I mean, it is, I know for sure, the one where I learned deep surrender, because that's the year I went through refinement. Mine was like a 5-year process, where Andrew is super annoying. He went through it for like 1 year, and it's like, really, like like it wasn't even that hard and long for you. But like, I guess I had a lot of deep rooted stuff I needed to pull up and surrender, even though I thought I was living surrendered. So beautiful year. This 30s has been amazing, absolutely amazing. I literally could not even write what I think my 40s will be. My husband's asked me before, he's like, okay, what's your next dream, your next goal? I'm like, I'm living more than I ever thought I would ever live. I have more than I ever thought I'd ever have. Like, I'm living in the farthest dream I could have ever dreamt. Like, I couldn't even make a list of what I think my 40s would be. Like, I literally couldn't make a list, guys, because God is just like given so abundantly. There's nothing else I could ask for, you know, other than more nearness to him and having just like more closeness. And that's like always what I'm hungry for now, is just like, show me how to be closer to you. Show me what more I can give you. Like, if there's anywhere in me that isn't given to you, like, show me. Like, I want to be as close to you as I can get, you know, because man, nobody loves you like God loves you, you know, and nobody knows your abilities. Like, I wouldn't have even thought I was capable of writing a book, guys. Like, I'm dyslexic. I write words backwards half the time. Like, how am I even able to do this? Like, I would not have even said, if he told me this is what his plan was, I would not even think I would be capable of doing it. And it's like, that's just God for you. Like, you don't know the depths that he made you. Like, you don't know it. Only he does. Where like my life, I mean, some people can look at it and be like, yeah, like I want to be surrendered, but Anna, I don't want the amount of kids you have, or I don't want to ever travel. I don't like doing that. He won't have that for you then. Like, he has this for me because it's who I am. He's going to have it totally different for you because it's who you are. So like, maybe yours is something totally different, but everything that gives you excitement and stirs you a little bit and like, wow, that really fills me. I really enjoy that. Like, he has it for you in a way you don't even know. And you will have it in its fullness. And it will be the best decision you ever make. Like, I can't stress it enough. So the only way to it is drawing near to him. Bottom line, guys, I say it, I know in everything I do, that the only way to get to that space is to get in that relationship with him, which is getting into your scripture to learn who he is so you can discern his voice and know his leading, so you can do what he says, right? And build your house on that rock, as we were talking about, right? To be able to do that, and getting into prayer time, like clinging to him is the best thing you can ever do. Surrendering all your decisions, seeking him in all things, and letting him make those choices. It's scary. Let me tell you, it is so scary at first. Like, so scary when you're like, Really? You're going to make me put them in a school? Do you know what the school system is? Because I do. I've read all about it. I don't like the school system. I think it's very broken. They're going to spend 8 hours with somebody else? Like, don't you understand? Nobody's going to love them like I love them, God. He's like, wrong. Nobody's going to love them like I love them. And I know what's best for them. And he's so right. He's so right. He always knows the best way. And so we have to surrender every single thing to him, even if it feels scary, the things he's asking us to do. Because guys, on that other side is something you were never expecting. And it's going to be so fulfilling and everything you've ever wanted to be, because the one who created you is trying to bring you down the path he already made for you and he's inviting you into. So I'm going to stop because I know this is getting long. I could go on forever because I absolutely love Christ. But that's my testimony for you guys today. I'll see you later.